Let me ask you something. What if the very thing you've been trying to avoid, the pain, the rejection, the heartbreak, the failure, what if that's the exact thing designed to transform you? Pain is not your enemy. Pain is a signal. Pain is feedback. Pain is life's way of saying, pay attention. Something needs to change, and the most powerful people on this planet didn't avoid pain. They used it. They let it sharpen them. They let it wake them up. You are not here by accident. You are here because something inside you knows you were made for more. But growth does not come from comfort. Growth comes from pressure, from challenge, from those moments when you feel like giving up and you choose not to. Your comeback story doesn't begin when everything is perfect. It begins the moment you decide that your pain will no longer define you. See, what controls your life is not what happens to you. It's the meaning you give to what happens. Two people can go through the same tragedy. One becomes bitter, the other becomes better. One says, "Why me?" The other says, "Try me." Meaning changes everything. Maybe you've been betrayed. Court. Maybe you've lost money. Maybe someone told you that you're not good enough. But let me tell you something. Those moments are not the end of your story. They are the training ground for your strength. The most powerful decision you can make is this. This will not break me. This will build me. Because your life changes the moment you make a new decision. Not tomorrow. Not next year. Now. Pain is not punishment. Pain is a gift in disguise. I know that doesn't sound comforting at first. When you're in the middle of heartbreak, failure, rejection, or loss, it doesn't feel like a gift. It feels heavy. It feels unfair. It feels like something you want to escape. But what if pain is not there to destroy you? What if it's there to direct you? Pain is a signal. It grabs your attention when comfort makes you lazy. It shakes you when you've been settling. It forces you to confront what you've been avoiding. Without pain, most people would never change. They would stay in the same job they hate, the same relationship that drains them, the same habits that keep them small. Pain disrupts your comfort zone and demands growth. Think about your life. The moments that shaped you the most, were they easy, or were they the ones that stretched you, challenged you, even broke you for a while? That breakup that crushed you taught you self-respect. That failure that embarrassed you taught you preparation. That rejection that hurt your pride taught you resilience. Pain builds emotional muscle. Just like physical muscle grows through resistance, your character grows through struggle. But here's the key. Pain only becomes power when you decide to learn from it instead of running from it. Ask yourself, what is this pain trying to teach me? Is it teaching you discipline, boundaries, courage, responsibility? Don't waste your pain. Use it. Let it refine you. Let it push you to raise your standards. Let it wake up the stronger version of you that has been waiting for a reason to rise. What? Your pain is not your weakness. It is your invitation to transform. Your story is not over. I don't care how many times you failed, how many doors have closed, how many people have doubted you, or how many mistakes you've made. As long as you are breathing, you are still in the game. The only time your story truly ends is when you decide to stop writing it. Too many people live as if one chapter defines the whole book. One failure becomes "I'm a failure." One rejection becomes "I'm not good enough." One setback becomes "it's too late for me." That is a lie. A single chapter does not determine the entire story. It's just a page, and you have the power to turn the page. The most successful people in the world have chapters they don't post on social media. Chapters filled with struggle, embarrassment, uncertainty, and fear. But they kept going. They didn't allow a temporary situation to create a permanent identity. Right now, you might feel stuck. You might feel behind. You might feel like you missed your chance. But here's the truth. Every day you wake up is a new opportunity to rewrite the narrative. You can choose new habits. You can choose new standards. You can choose new actions. Your future is not determined by your past. It is determined by your decisions today. If you don't like the direction your life is heading, change the direction. Take one bold step. Make one courageous phone call. Start one disciplined routine. Apologize. Apply. Try again. The comeback doesn't require perfection. It requires persistence. You are not finished. You are not disqualified. You are not too late. Your next chapter can be stronger, wiser, and more powerful than anything behind you, but only if you decide to keep writing. Meaning changes everything. It is not the event itself that controls your life. It is the interpretation you attach to it. Two people can experience the same failure, the same loss, the same disappointment, and walk away with completely different futures. Why? Because one assigns empowering meaning, and the other assigns limiting meaning. If you believe a setback means you are not capable, you will shrink. If you believe it means you are being prepared for something greater, you will grow. The event is neutral. The meaning is powerful. When something painful happens, your mind immediately asks, "What does this mean?" And if you don't consciously choose the answer, your fear will choose it for you. Fear will say, "This proves you're not good enough." Fear will say, "It happens to you." Fear will say, "You should quit." But what if you interrupt that pattern? What if you interrupt that pattern? What if instead you say, "This is training, this is feedback, this is redirection"? That shift alone changes your energy, your confidence, and your next action. Practical growth begins with better questions. Instead of asking, "Why does this always happen to me?" ask, "What can I learn from this?" Instead of saying, "I failed," say, "I discovered what doesn't work." Instead of thinking, "This is the end," decide, "This is the beginning of a smarter approach." You cannot always control circumstances. You can always control the meaning you assign to them. And when you change meaning, you change emotion. When you change emotion, you change behavior. When you change behavior, you change results. Take ownership of your story. Reframe your struggles as preparation. See challenges as stepping stones, not stop signs. The meaning you choose today will shape the life you create tomorrow. Decisions shape destiny, not wishes, not excuses, not circumstances, decisions. Your life right now is the result of the decisions you have made, both the bold ones and the small, quiet ones you thought didn't matter. Every choice compounds. Every decision sets a direction. You don't drift into success. You decide into it. Most people wait until they feel ready. They wait for confidence. They wait for certainty. But confidence is built after you decide, not before. Power is activated the moment you commit. When you make a true decision, you cut off alternatives. You stop negotiating with your fear. You stop saying a maybe. You say, "This is who I am. This is what I stand for. This is what I will create." A decision is different from interest. Many people are interested in changing their life. Few are committed. Interest says, "I'll try." Commitment says, "No." Well, interest looks for convenience. Commitment finds a way. Think about one area of your life that frustrates you. Your health, your finances, your career, your relationships. Have you truly decided to change it, or are you still hoping it changes on its own? Hope is not a strategy. Decision is. When you decide to raise your standards, everything shifts. You begin to act differently. You say no to distractions. You say yes to growth. You start waking up earlier. You start learning more. You start holding yourself accountable. Destiny is not some distant force. It is created by the small and large decisions you make daily. The decision to show up. The decision to persist when it's hard. One powerful decision today can redirect your entire future. Take massive action. Not small, hesitant, half-hearted action. Massive action. Because clarity doesn't come from thinking about your future. It comes from moving toward it. Too many people are stuck in preparation mode. They read the books. They watch the videos. They make the plans. But they never pull the trigger. Action is the cure for fear. You will never feel completely ready. You will never have perfect conditions. There will always be uncertainty. But progress belongs to those who move anyway. Massive action means you don't wait for motivation. You create momentum. You don't test the water with one toe. You dive in with commitment. If you want to grow your career, don't send one application, send 10. If you want to improve your health, don't work out once. Build a weekly schedule and stick to it. If you want to build a business, don't just design a logo. Start selling, start calling, start offering value. Movement creates results, and results create belief. Massive action also means adjusting quickly. If something doesn't work, you don't stop, you pivot. You learn. You refine. Speed of execution is power. The faster you act, the faster you learn. The faster you learn, the faster you improve. Perfection is a trap. Progress is power. Most people overestimate what they can do in a day and underestimate what they can do in a year of consistent, massive action. Small effort produces small results. Bold effort produces transformation. You don't need to be extraordinary to start, but you must start to become extraordinary. Oh. Momentum is built one decisive step at a time. And once you move with intensity and focus, the world begins to respond to your energy. Massive action turns dreams into direction, and direction into destiny. Start now, not next week, not when you feel more confident, not when the timing is perfect. Now, because the greatest lie we tell ourselves is, I'll do it later. Later becomes next month. Next month becomes next year. And one day you wake up and realize you've been postponing your potential. There will never be a perfect moment. There will always be responsibilities, distractions, doubts, and fears. If you wait for everything to align, you will be waiting for the rest of your life. The power is not in tomorrow, it is in this decision, in this breath, in this step. Right now, you can choose one action that moves you forward. One call, one workout, one page written, one application sent, one habit changed. Success is not built in giant leaps. It is built in immediate, intentional steps taken consistently. Starting now builds momentum. Momentum builds confidence. Confidence builds courage. And courage builds results. The longer you delay, the heavier the task feels. The longer you procrastinate, the more your fear grows. But the moment you begin, even imperfectly, you break the cycle. You prove to yourself that you are capable of movement. Do not underestimate the power of a small start. A single disciplined action repeated daily can transform your body, your finances, your mindset, your entire life. The key is urgency. The key is ownership. You don't need more information. You need implementation. Decide that this is the line in the sand. Decide that from this moment forward, you are no longer the person who waits. You are the person who acts. Your future is watching what you do next.